Hi everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made. That's Worimi. And welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Just a little bit of housekeeping. I won't be on tomorrow to take my poor little car in for some major repair work tomorrow. So I shall be sitting in the shopping centre air conditioner with a iced coffee, I suspect, and my tablet. So I will be hearting, etc., your comments and commenting back, but I won't be doing any videos tomorrow. So in that case, we're doing a couple of extra ones today. And what I want to have a look at, I'm home alone. If you hear any voices, that will be my guides. The gruff one is Meister. The softly spoken male is Narin. And popping in and out is a young sassy female called Surashin. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading is what's going on in the Republic of Georgia at the moment, the country of Georgia, not the state. So what's happened is that the far right leader of the, I did write it down, where did I write it down? Georgia's Dream Party. Please, isn't it interesting how these far right seem to have these names as if they're absolutely wonderful and they're best for the country when they're not? Georgia's Dream, the party, was founded by a multi-billionaire who has ties to Russia. So the leader, Mikhail Kavalishvili, I'll just call him Mikhail to make it easy, was elected into the position of Prime Minister of the country. However, he is very anti joining the EU, the European Union, despite the fact that the majority of citizens support joining the European Union. So there's something a bit off there. There's a lot of protests at the moment about foreign shenanigans in the election in Georgia. The outgoing pro-democracy president has condemned the elections as being fraudulent. This is very much shades of what happened in Romania as well. And has been called there's a lot of protesters in the street calling for new elections. So, interestingly enough, the People's Power leader, Marshashvili, I'll just call the People's Power opposition leader, who ran in coalition with Mikhail and the Georgian Dream Party, is actually forming an opposition. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So they know what's happening potentially on the inside. Massive protests. Now, I did see a photograph of Mikhail from Georgia's Dream straight after he was announced as Prime Minister. And boy, oh boy, did I get some interesting vibes off that photograph. Have a look at it if you feel to need to have a look and just make a comment about what you felt as well. His eyes were dead. His smile was just, oh gosh, how do I describe it, guys? It was one of those, I can't even do it. It was just an evil looking smile. It just, and I heard just this evil chuckle. It wasn't even a Dr. Evil chuckle. It was a legit, now I can, how do I put this? Okay. They're just telling me, and I'm going to try and word this politely because I can't go word for word, otherwise I'll get banned. With that smile and those eyes, it was now I can F Georgia. Don't ask me what that means, but I heard it as clear as day. I'm not saying the full word. Now I can F Georgia. Whatever that means. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm just going to have a look at Mikhail Kavalishvili, and I'll have a look at the protesters, then I'll have a look at the future of the country of Georgia. This is a worldwide issue at the moment, even in Australia. there was came up on my Facebook feed with my local paper, which is a very, pretty chilled out local paper. They'd published a letter saying, "Beware Australia, Dutton is um, um, uh, bringing forth, shades of Trump," or however it is. Dutton is Australia's Trump. Now, Peter Dutton in Australia is our opposition leader, and yes, he is. He is a huge Trump supporter, and he is very much. We call him Mr. Potato Head, but to be honest, he's just this. If you like Peter Dutton, this is not the channel for you. He's just this evil person. He spent when he was uh, in government. As the foreign minister, he reopened a detention centre on an island called Christmas Island at the cost of, I think it was about $12 or $14 million to the taxpayer, to incarcerate a family of four, including two really young children, and try and deport them. They were there for a couple of years by themselves, except for their guards, and just in ghastly conditions until their party lost the election and the incoming government gave them a pardon and sent them back to the community that wanted them to stay. So this is the sort of person Peter Dutton is. He will incarcerate young children in horrific conditions because he's just an a-hole. I'm just putting it out there. So what happened is there was an article saying that Dutton was, Australia's answer to Trump. And I started reading the comments, and I was just horrified at the Trump support comments. The Trump support comments, the emperor, the dictatorship, my way or the highway. I don't feel it's going to succeed. Please, because there's my Harris card. So, yeah, work going on behind the scenes, evil work going on behind the scenes to support these dictator king-like families. Now, I really felt that a lot of those comments weren't actually made by Australians. They're part of this bot or overseas, etc. Supporting. Trump's the best thing that ever happened to the US, and bagging on Dutton and bagging on Albanese and Biden. It was just horrific. I was working so hard not to comment. Anyhow, that's enough burbling for me. I'm using my runic tarot. So this is a worldwide problem. It's not just the US. However, it all hinges on what the US does. So show me what's coming up for Mikhail Kabalashvili. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, but I'm looking at the spelling of it so my guys know exactly who I'm talking about. Backed by uber billionaires. Sound familiar? Let's have a look. Kabalashvili. What does the future hold for you? You actually want it like that? Okay. Come on down. Let's have a look. Okay. Right. Well, we have the victory card as the signifier. So yeah, he's been technically supposedly victorious, because this side is the here and now, this is going forward. So this is the here and now, victorious, and letting everybody know. Okay, challenged by the Three of Cups. An opposition coalition, or just people working together for the best of Romania, bringing forward a bountiful abundance. So his opposition is going to be people who are emotional about this, want the best for the country of Georgia, and are going to be working together. It may even be three parties in opposition here who force a re-election. Maishashvili, he may be integral in this, but he is not your He's not your friend. I think this is protesters as well, but three parties potentially is going to be his challenge. Here we have the Hierophant at the foundation. It is all about government. Could also be about the courts, but yeah, in the past, foreign interference bringing the ship into harbour with the Three of Wands there. Foreign interference, the plan came to fruition, the ship was brought in. Crowning the reading is the Eight of Pentacles. Money, 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 money being involved. The immediate future is the Seven of Pentacles. Gosh, suppressing the media, suppressing the legal system, but he's going to be always looking over his shoulder. So he's the money's the election is supposedly being won, the trophy's on the wall, but he's going to be looking over his shoulder here as he brings about a suppression. There is volatile information that is going to come in, inflammatory information that he'll try and prevent. Do not underestimate. However, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Karma's fate turning the wheel on him. Okay. Hopes and fears, the Star of hope, the best of democracy, the Star card, defeating. And I'm going to say the dragon is how I always see this, the wood dragon, which is Harrison Walsh. I don't know who else out there was born in the Chinese year of the dragon, defeating the Emperor energy. Love to know what Yulia Navalny, she was born. But I'm on the side of the dragon here. And this figure here, if I go through my deck and I show you, this is the Emperor here attempting to defeat. I'm on the side of the dragon. The outcome, loss, corruption, two-faced corruption, disregard for human life. Okay, do not be surprised if he turns. I think there's been over 400 people arrested for voicing their opposition to the election. This is emotional, absolute disregard and corruption in regards to human life. However, Queen of Swords coming forward in regards to this. We've got the King of Pentacles, usually my trump card, but who's this King of Pentacles? I'm getting a feeling he's a different figure. Harris, bringing forward protection, taking action to protect. Or is it the trump card? Because the next is the Three of Pentacles. The evil dark money behind the scenes. So standing firm. And then we've got a whistleblower here. Again, Page of Swords, whistleblower that will restrict. Kabalashvili. Sure I've pronounced that. The Swords of Truth will restrict him. An offer will be made. Feel free to leave, I'm feeling. And then we've got the Ten of Wands. Even though they look like pentacles, it's the Ten of Wands. Planting the seeds, planting these magical seeds for the next era. Things being stopped and seen from a different point of view. We've got strength. Could also be the sacrifice, but I'm feeling it's more things being stopped. We've got strength. We've got Slav Ukraine here, the Page of Wands. This is about the defiance of the people. It is, again, this crossroads card comes up every time. It is about a crossroads moment where there is a difficult decision that needs to be made. But I think he will find himself. I know this is the Six of Pentacles. It's supposed to be giving and receiving help, but I think he will find himself ejected. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Just look at what's on the bottom. Right, so I do feel it's going to be a reign of terror to start with in regards to the protesters, with so much hinges on the US doing the right thing. So much hinges on the US doing the right thing. So let's have a look. Or NATO, and just NATO in total. Remembering that Romania is part of NATO, so, and I'll have a look in a minute on in a separate reading on the Article 5. So show me what we need to know about with the protesters. My all beaten up cards. The country of Georgia, the protesters in regards to this election. Let's have a look. Right, Page of Cups, something unexpected out of left field, emotional. Looking at the tsunami in the background, an emotional tsunami is the signifier here. The Chariot, challenged by the Chariot, chaos. It is also my Boudica card as well. And Boudica led the revolution, but they've got to get these two cats pulling together. I don't know if they're going to be able to. Their challenge is going to be to have to create a coherent protest. That's going to be their challenge, because there will be those that have one agenda and there will be those that have another in regards to this. They're both going to be united to protest against this, but getting them to pull together is going to be the challenge. The foundation, it's the Four of Wands, but I'm also drawn to the fact that it is a couple there working together, holding on to each other, supporting each other in at the foundation in response to, I'm going to say there's going to be some sort of messaging entrapment here, or messaging restriction. I think so. Mikhail is one of those that supported suppressing the media, suppressing any outside news coming into the country. So this is the foundation. This is very much about supporting each other in the suppressed information. In the past, we've got the Eight of Wands. He's got the book open here. In the past, I think there was some boundaries and checklists that there's stuck boundaries and checklists here. There's something here in the past. I'm going to say this is the election. It's not over. I'm just going to say whatever's going. I know the election's over, but it's not over. Crowning this reading, Six of Cups. Very much about protecting families. It's also about going back to the past. It's just a case of, the 50s, but, what century are you after? Emotional with the families. Okay, thank you. What I'm getting from this, it's almost like, okay, this is going to sound a little bit bizarre. The women are going to hand the children to the men to look after, and the women are going to be the protesting force. That's what I'm getting here. Now, I know there's a lot of women in this deck, but I'm really getting for the protection of the family, and I get that vibe with this card too. It's the women are going to say to the men, stand back, protect the family. We're going to take this on. Oh, very much so, because it's going to be a really, really bad look if they start arresting women, if they start beating women. I mean, I know it sounds awful to say, but there is sort of a complacency with men being beaten when they're protesters, etc. when they're women, it's a whole different energy. I feel like crying actually with this energy that's coming through. Okay, the immediate future. The seven of wands. If you have a look, the figures down the bottom here, yeah, bringing down destruction. The soul figure at the top, bringing down destruction on those below. So, is this the protesters, or is no? I think this is the McCall bringing down, calling just awful, 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 because externally again. He's achieved this victory through non-legal means, the sword's pointing down, and he's just basking in the glow. It's the Seven of Pentacles. It's about reaping what you sow, but he needs to look over his shoulder. This arrow is pointed straight between the shoulder blades here. Okay. I'm going to say enjoy it while it lasts, because I don't think it will internally. Sun card. I'm talking about the protesters here. Full illumination. And look at the difference in the Chariot. Struggling to pull together. Absolutely. Pulling together. Okay. Hopes and fears. Yeah, it was the steal of the election. Absolutely. The outcome. New start. New beginning. I'm asking about the protesters. Knight of Pentacles. New beginning. It can be my mercenary, but I'm really feeling this is more like solid protection standing here. And the Page of Pentacles, the youth. The youth coming forward, hanging on to what is really important and letting the rest burn to the ground. A lot of Pentacles here. New beginning in regards to a lot of protection here. Two of Wands, plans are being formulated. And we've got in regards to the authorities to oust. It's the Six of Pentacles. I know these are dark cards. I'm trying to get the light on them. You see the figure there at the bottom, and ranks being closed behind, and a Tower moment. Right, I'm going to grab Pentacle. Power moment for this false victory as a harsh truth comes forward. I'm going to grab Pentacle and just Pendulum and just check to see. Again, those that are new, it's Amethyst. It's been with me for 25 odd years. A chain from my drawer and some wire from the craft shop. Okay, show me. With this Tower card, round and round means it's ready for a question. Is this Tower, this flaming destruction, is this the protesters? Side decides no. Sorry, I'll bring you down a bit. See, I'll shorten that chain a bit, sorry. So you can see that it's not me waggling away. Okay. Doesn't matter which way it goes round and round. That just means it's ready for a question. Is this Tower destruction of protesters? Is this Tower no. Oh, okay. He's flaming the gold. Okay. I'll just bring it down a little bit so you can see a bit easier. That's not me waggling away. Is this dragon? Now remember, the dragon in the Star card is defeating the Emperor. Is this dragon destroying Kavalashvili and his cronies? Are they bringing the destruction? And that's a yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Do I do the future of Romania? Short term, please, please, please look after yourself. It is very much about the coordination. I have read on the future of Romania before. I think it's going to be okay. I keep getting it's going to be okay. But there is a period to go through. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me. Love to you all. Take care. Oh boy, what times we have chosen to live in. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.